Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Norn9 Var Commons. We are on Nanami and Heishi's path. Our feelings are finally starting to get through to each other, and we're having a nice, calm, peaceful moment on the roof together when it appears we have been interrupted. So, you can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. At that moment, someone opened the door to the roof and approached us.
I follow the sweet sound of the Shinobue, only to find out it's just you two.
Ah, Itsuki! What's with your face?
Miss punched me because I hugged her.
You never learn, do you?
I don't know, but her punches have actually started to feel rather pleasant lately.
You're disgusting.
Oh, Nanami, you're looking pretty chipper.
Huh. I wonder what I look like right now. So, it turns out that Nanami likes my flute playing.
I wouldn't have pegged you as having the skills of an entertainer.
Don't mock me. Just sit tight and listen.
Looks like you and Hei made up.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to hear.
But now there's even more things I don't know.
Like what?
I need to know if there's something I can give him in return. Something I can do for him. Well, what do you think?
Ahem. You know what he's gonna say. Or what he would usually say. How would I know? Even if I told you, I don't think you'd really be satisfied with my answer.
I have no ideas.
Yeah, but part of life on this ship is to search for answers like that, no?
Life.
Hey, you guys! What are you two yammering about when someone's giving you an amazing flute performance here? Man, that was pretty nice. Could you play for me the next time Miss and I are having a chat? I'll have to charge you. That's not fair. You totally let Nanami hear it for free.
Playing for you and playing for Nanami are two totally different things. Would you play for me again sometime?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Oh. I'm extremely happy.
Whoa, what's wrong, Hei? You're bright red.
Shut up! Don't blurt things like that out loud. I'm trying to suppress my telepathy right now. Celebrate is our keyword here. Celebrate. I wonder where it is. There are so many stores here that I'm getting confused. Hey, Otomoru. I'm not so sure this is such a good idea after all.
Why not?
Because it's impossible.
It's not impossible. Have a little faith in yourself.
It'll definitely be exciting. A scary maze complete with flutes and drums. This was Otomoru's so-called brilliant idea. He wanted to play music during the scary maze.
If it's just the flute, it gets too peaceful. It doesn't create enough tension, so the drums are totally necessary.
I wonder what Otomoru's idea of a scary maze is. And so, since we needed to quickly acquire a set of drums, I headed out to the city. Usually, we wouldn't have to land just to purchase something so frivolous. We generally spend most of our time airborne. The only times we land to go into a city are for resupplying and maintenance. Yuiga and Toya check the conditions on the ship and decide our landing and departure. So it's not like we're prohibited to land. We must wear our uniforms and return to the ship on time. But those are the only rules. However, considering that they usually try to do all the shopping in one trip, I'm sure they really don't want us touching down all that often. And yet, we're being allowed to roam the city to buy some non-essential drums. I wonder how we even got here. Though, I already know the answer to that. It's because I requested it and it got approved. I totally thought it'd be impossible. Otomaru begged Yuiga to allow him to do it. Yuiga thought it was hilarious and gave the okay. With Yuiga involved, I guess it makes sense. He prioritizes whatever will amuse him.
But I can't be the only one who decides this. You need to go and persuade Masamune, too. That's what I figured. Masamune, huh? He's so stern.
Yes, Toyo would definitely reject this idea, so this should be the end of it.
Don't worry. I'll teach you how to deal with Masamune. Oh! Hold on. I'll write down some pointers for you. Here you go. Just say this to Masamune and everything should be good to go. Oh, but you have to say it, not Heishi.
Yuiga handed me a piece of paper. Written on it was, Toya, you've only been nice to Koharu.
Oh man, I knew it was going to be some kind of blackmail thing.
Toya, you've only been nice to Koharu lately. Do you not care about me? I need your attention too. If you're not going to respond to my feelings, I'd like to get my emotions in check, so I'd like approval to go into the city.
Oh, that's so mean.
This is...
If it's difficult for you to face him and say it, you can say it while you have your back turned. That might be even more effective.
Yuiga seriously loves to joke around. When I gave him a mild glare, Yuiga let out a mischievous laugh. As I tried to hand him back his memo, Otomaru snatched it away.
What? No, no, no! You can't say something like that! Kakeru, you can't let her say this. It's a joke, man. Huh? You knew already, right, Nanami? That I was just messing around.
Yeah, I did figure it was one of your usual pranks or something. But I didn't expect Otomaru to get angry.
This is the first time I've ever seen that expression on Hei's face.
Otomaru's face turned bright red. Seeing that made me feel a bit embarrassed too. After all of that, Yuiga and Otomaru and I all went to Toya to ask him for permission. Although I was mainly forced to do all the asking for some reason. And that's how I ended up here in the city, trying to buy drums with Heishi.
We've come all this way, so we gotta get those drums. Do you really not want to that much?
It's not like I don't want to, but I just feel uneasy about Otomaru's vision of a scary maze.
Then why did you agree when I suggested that we play the drums and flute in the background?
Because you said so.
Me?
I get more energetic when I hear you play your flute. I'd be delighted if I could help your performance out at all.
I see.
Performing in front of people isn't something that I can do right away, but I do hope that I could do it someday. I'm sure training is necessary for the drums, so I don't think I'd be of use for the scary maze. We might have to go searching for a music store. Since we're in such a huge city, maybe we should split up and look for a music store.
Huh?
We should decide on a meeting time and place. If you find a music store, you can let me know with your power. This is only possible because of your power, but are you okay with that?
Oh, no, it's totally fine, but... We always go shopping as a team, like Akito and Ron, although we do tend to stray apart then, too. It's never really just us two in the city. You know Heishi's probably gonna get lost on his own? But yeah, I guess it's really not a big deal. You might be right. Maybe it's just better to split up and look for one.
Never mind. Let's search together.
Really?
I'm much more reliable than you, so it's more likely I'd find the music shop first.
Say what? How dare you insult your elders like that, kiddo? I wonder how things would have been if we met each other in a city instead of on the ship. Not as espers, but like as normal people.
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry for saying something weird like that.
Regardless of your powers, you are who you are. I wouldn't let you shop alone anyways.
Jerk.
After a bit, we found a music store. We bought the drums and returned to the ship. We slept as soon as we got back, because we were both exhausted from all the walking we did. I start my drum practice tomorrow. I don't know why Otomoru brought up that what-if talk, and what kind of response he was expecting. I just thought it'd be fine, as long as Otomoru wasn't left feeling ashamed over having his power. Otomoru is a much stronger person than I am. I'm sure he wouldn't think that way, but... A cool, damp breeze flew through the day and stroked my hair as it blew past. It complemented the sun's rays well, and I was glad to have such enjoyable weather. Such a comfortable afternoon, Otomoru's cheerful voice sounded out.
Ready? Here we go. You're really bad at keeping a beat.
I am not.
Yes, you are. Look, just be it at a consistent rhythm and... See? Just like that.
As pathetic a showing as this was, this is pretty much what I was expecting. If it's the flute, I know how to play it.
What? Really?
If you can play it, I'm sure I'd be able to handle it too.
What did you say? Give it a try then, here.
He handed me his shinobue. My skin grew accustomed to smooth lacquer when I held it. It felt slightly larger than what I envisioned by looking at it. I couldn't tell because Otomoru would play it so effortlessly.
What's wrong? Aren't you going to try it out? Of course not. That would be an indirect kiss after all. What? Why you had to show up all of a sudden and blurt out something weird like that? Something weird? I'm hurt. I'm just looking out for you so your self-worth doesn't drop even lower than it is. Huh?
Kagami and Koharu showed up. They've got different partners and teams. You don't really see them together very often. Indirect kiss? What exactly is that, Nanami? Koharu bashfully whispered the inquiry to me. She's pretty unfamiliar with the world, and has mentioned before that she can barely understand half of what Kagami says. Koharu must think that showing ignorance is worse than not knowing, because she asks me these questions without even hesitating. I think the reason I like her is that it's easy to see her diligence and meekness in moments like this, but there are some things in this world that you really should figure out on your own. Mikoto had also mentioned that there were some things Kagami said that we didn't need to know. Just when I was about to respond similarly, Kagami got up next to Koharu.
Koharu, you ask very good questions. Perhaps I should just go ahead and educate you about the differences between direct and indirect. Oh, it's Masamune! Heishi, so this is where you were. Kakeru was looking for you. Huh? Why? I think it's about the scary maze. Don't just dump all the responsibility onto Kakeru. I'll start to get worried. I'm not dumping it all on him. We're busy with our tasks too, you know. We're getting ready to play music for the scary maze.
Oh!
Flute and drum. It's like we're at a festival. Koharu, I apologize for making you wait. Let's go.
Okay.
See you later, Koharu. We'll speak again when we don't have to worry about people interfering. How many times do I have to tell you not to joke around with her like that? Oh, sorry. I totally forgot about that. But I mean, if you're worried about her, you might as well be by her all day. Right, Koharu? This guy's always out and about somewhere, isn't he?
What? Well...
I'd like to say the same to you. Where's Mikoto? Didn't I tell you not to leave her by herself? We've got a crisis on our hands. If something happens to her, it's going to affect a lot of other things on the ship, too. Yeah, gotta protect the barrier. I know.
Once Toyo was done with his lecturing, he strolled off somewhere, along with Koharu.
It's not like that's the reason I stay by her side, though.
Kagami's eyes shift over. Mikoto and Nijo are up ahead.
I think that hairpin in Itsuki's hair must be something sentimental for him because it doesn't seem to match his look for some reason. Wait, huh? Mikoto and them are over there. Yup.
Kagami shot us a rather tossed response, without even bothering to move his head. It seemed like he was trying to position his back towards them, so they wouldn't be in his sight. Is something the matter with you and Mikoto?
Nothing's happened. I just figured I'd let Saku and Miss hang out, seeing as how they're old childhood friends. That's rare, you actually being thoughtful to other people. Well, it's because Miss and I always tend to argue whenever we're together.
That's because you're always messing around.
You're right, it's mostly my fault. However, I just can't help but want to break down her defenses when she acts all tough and haughty.
What do you mean?
Perhaps you're a bit too young to understand what I'm talking about, Nanami.
Kagami always treats me like a little child.
Your explanation is so strange. Nanami's totally gonna misunderstand you. Basically, you just want to spoil Mikoto. Yeah, I guess if you reduced it to the most basic level, that'd be correct.
He wants to spoil Mikoto. I'm having a hard time imagining Mikoto being spoiled by someone.
If you want to say something, be direct about it. It's not good how you always try and dance around the subject. Okay. Well, we should go see Kakeru.
Yeah. We left Kagami behind and headed off towards where Yuga was waiting for us.
Having background music play during the scary maze wasn't a bad idea at all, but I don't think we'll have it ready on time.
It seems like Otomoru had a certain song already picked out. However, the best I can manage is to produce some primitive sounds when I beat the drum. Playing an instrument is actually a pretty tough challenge for me, I have to say.
Nah, you'll get better as you practice. And like you said, maybe you're actually better on the flute.
I think the flute would be tough too.
Why?
Your flute is too big for my hands.
Sorry. That wasn't perverted. It wasn't perverted. Stop thinking that really. Huh? You think so? Let me see.
Otomoru's hand overlapped my pale hand. As expected, his hand was huge and warm.
I'm sorry, that's messed up. Why am I doing this? And you guys know I'm not usually like this. It's this guy. It's Heishi. Heishi's route. It just does this to me. the joking and stuff. Not the perversion.
As expected, his hand was huge and warm.
You're right. Your fingers only reach up to my first knuckle. Your hands are super tiny.
Well, yeah, compared to your hands.
I don't think my hands are exceptionally large, but you know, I've never compared them with another person before. Well, you are a girl after all, Nanami. I guess your hands are average for a girl. It's kinda cute. What? Hey! Why'd you let go of my hand so suddenly? It sounded like a slap to me.
It's because you had to go and say something weird like that.
I didn't say anything weird.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
He really did, though. He's never said anything about me being a girl or being cute before. My heart beats differently than ever before. It suddenly beats faster or skips a beat. It's beating at an irregular rhythm, pretty much like my terrible drum beat. I need to change the subject fast, or Otomoru is going to sense it. I went through my tiny list of possible topics. The one thing that popped into mind most quickly was Kagami. Kagami seemed a little different, didn't he?
Itsuki? Yeah, I totally agree. He seemed irritated about something.
Irritated? You think Kagami was mad?
Well, everyone has days like that.
I cannot tell what he is thinking. That is what bothers me. Whenever I am struggling with something, he just laughs. I wonder what he is like when he feels miserable or depressed. I wonder if Mikoto has already picked up on Kagami's feelings. Why do you think Kagami's mad?
Because of Mikoto, I guess.
Do you think I should let Mikoto know that Kagami is mad?
Huh? Why?
Because I think I should say something. Even though I changed the subject, my heart's still beating irregularly. Even though I was talking about Mikoto, for some reason it felt like this was about me as well.
This is rare. I don't think I've seen you step into someone else's business before.
It's not like that at all. I just figured that I'd hate it too.
Having someone mad at me, of course. Or not knowing that someone was mad at me is the correct choice, according to the guide that I'm going by.
I'd hate not knowing that someone else is mad at me.
Ah, I forgot you were like that. You told me before that you wanted me to tell you everything, even when I was angry. Life would be so much easier for me if there were more people like you.
I wonder what Kagami thinks of Mikoto.
Well, that's obvious. He totally likes her.
Likes her? What do you mean?
Huh? Well, I'm not sure either.
Even with your telepathy power?
Yes, even with my power, it doesn't tell me everything that's inside someone's heart.
Really?
It just makes it a little bit easier for me to figure out people's moods. Anyway, I don't know for sure, but I think it's a good thing that you're starting to care more about others around you.
I feel like I understand Mikoto's feelings.
Wait, for real? Just don't tell me you have the same power I do.
I don't, but I think if I was in Mikoto's situation, I'd feel the same way. That's why I think I understand.
Feel the same way? Meaning?
I'm not totally sure, but I do think that everything would be fine if Kagami and Mikoto could just get along.
Yeah, it's more on Mikoto than Itsuki. She's just very stubborn.
I disagree. Mikoto is a very kind person.
Well, I'm not saying that she's mean or anything. I definitely think she's a good person.
Mikoto can't be honest with him, because Kagami always acts like that.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Then let's go check them out.
But what about the scary maze preparations?
Friends come first.
Yuiga would probably get mad if he finds out. The thought came to mind, but I didn't speak it. I like the way Otomoru immediately acts upon whatever he thinks of. We were able to quickly track down Mikoto and Kagami. We heard Mikoto speaking in an angry voice. We were able to track down Mikoto and Kagami. We heard Mikoto speaking in an angry tone. So, Kagami went to where Mikoto was after all. I'm glad.
See? Mikoto's flipping out again because Itsuki hugged her.
That's Kagami's fault.
Yeah, I guess.
Why does Kagami always hug her like that? He never does that to me or Koharu.
That's because he likes Mikoto.
So you're saying that Kagami hates me and Koharu?
That's not it. Oh man, how do I put this?
I need you to explain this clearly, or else I won't understand.
For example... Okay, let's say...
His emotions crashed down on top of me, like a huge tidal wave. It felt like he was scared, or wanted to cry, in pain, suffering, anxious, nervous, worried, happy, fortunate, exhilarated, overjoyed, and embarrassed. I felt a new sense of energy flowing through Otomoru's hand. I'm about to drown in a sea of emotions.
This is the kind of like I'm talking about. Do you understand now?
I couldn't speak for a moment, so all I could do was manage to nod my head.
Ah, crap. I'm about to die from embarrassment. I need to make sure I don't leak any emotions.
So, wait, the emotions of like... Otomoru said that it was just an example. They weren't emotions that he felt for me. Can people really survive while bearing all those intense, painful emotions? How can we make it easier on us?
I guess if people become lovers or get married.
Lovers, marriage.
Well, I'm not really sure though.
Kagami and Mikoto. Before we knew it, their argument had ended. I don't know what they are talking about, but they seem to be in a gentle mood now. I think Kagami and Mikoto will be fine.
As in, they'll become lovers?
We're in the middle of a journey. When we reach the end, the world will send us each to different countries. So, even if they do become lovers,
there'd be no point.
It'd just be painful when they have to part.
When I showed you those emotions earlier, was it all filled with just pain to you? Of course not.
It was painful. I was about to cry. But there were also happy emotions. I think I'd be happy if I knew that someone felt all those things because of me.
I see. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't really matter what we think about all of this, though. But man, Itsuki is a coward, so I'm sure that he won't make too much progress.
Heishi, why don't you just tell her that those emotions were for her? You already showed her the emotions. Kagami's a coward.
Yup, I wonder if it's because of his power.
Kagami's power. Otomoru knows what it is.
If possible, I'd like to support him. I can't think of anything I can do. You guys have got some nerve to ignore my messages. Oh, it's Kakeru! We were just about to head over. Oh, really? Because it didn't seem like that at all to me. So, what did you need from us? Whatever. It's about the scary maze prep. All we have left to do is decoration, so come and help me out. Alright. Time to head over. Ah.
What's wrong?
Damn, I just thought of an amazing idea.
I recalled what Ichinose said before. Whatever Otomoru thinks is good, usually isn't going to be very good.
Let's get this scary maze rolling. Anyone who doesn't show up is going to be eating our cooking for a whole week.
All members of the ship showed up in response to Otomoru's call.
What the crap? I expected elaborate decoration since it's a scary maze and all, but everything basically looks the same as usual.
Well, it was all very last minute. All that we could manage was to make sure we had all our guests gathered here. Guests? As in, the other espers who passed away?
The scarers are Yuiga, Suzuhara, Otomoru, and myself, along with the Hiyoko. For everyone else, they will successfully complete the maze if they walk up from the first to the third floor in the correct path. If anyone leaves in the middle of it, they fail, and are forced to eat our cooking. I don't know how to feel about our cooking being used as a form of punishment. As a form of punishment. The scary maze is going to be finished as pairs, not as everyone on their own. These pairs will be chosen randomly. The pairs are Nijo and Akito.
Could we redo this drawing?
Nope.
Redraws are not allowed, but we will allow you guys to try and tackle the maze alone. Alone? Hey, Sakuya, are you saying you don't want to walk with me, huh?
That's not it. I just figured I'd rather have a girl if my partner is going to be scared and trembling.
Oh, poor Akito.
Who are you saying is going to be trembling? Whatever. It's not like Mikoto will definitely end up being paired with a guy anyway.
Moroboshi and Ichinose.
Nice to meet you.
Moroboshi, Ichinose's been on board the whole time.
What? Really?
Ghosts are scary, but this guy's also scary too. Toya and Koharu.
Oh. So, after not participating in anything for a while, this day finally had to come. I guess Kakeru wouldn't bring in anything dangerous, so I guess since he's a friend, I will have faith in him. Although his flaw is that he can get really serious about things, even when it comes to games. Should I trust him or not?
Koharu seems happy to be paired with Toya. And yet, Toya is just worrying about the ship. Toya, you don't need to worry so much.
Are you sure?
Today's ghost will be struck by a kunai.
Koharu, you better stay close to me.
Okay. Kagami and Kuga.
A group activity on this nice night? Quite tasteless if you ask me. What do you think, miss? I have some fine adult beverages back in my room.
I cannot believe you are offering alcohol to a minor. Besides, if I leave now, then it will be counted as me running away.
I won't care. This is a scary maze, not a competition. Plus, aren't you scared of ghosts?
I am not scared of those things. Ghosts don't even exist. Why would I be scared of fiction?
I wonder why your voice is shaking so much. Poor thing. Here, if you're going to tremble, you should do so in my arms. You realize what will happen to you if you try to make any uncouth advances toward Mikoto in the dark, don't you? Yes.
And so the scary maze was started with these pairings. Okay, and before we jump into the scary maze, we are going to cut the video here. The scary maze will be in the next video. So join me for that if you will. I hope to see you in my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye everybody.